Hi, this is Anis with you all, and you are watching my channel Anis Search Technology. Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss about the data types in Java. Alright, so before discussing the data types in Java, what are the different types of data is available? Okay, so anything which is enclosed between the double quotes, group of characters, are called string data. Okay, anything which is enclosed between the double quotes is called string data. This is the one kind of data. This is called integer data, which does not contain any decimal part. It may be lesser digit or maybe more digit. This is called integer data. This is called a string type of data. So this is the second kind of data. Something which is enclosed in a single quotes is called character type data. This is called character type data. Okay. If we talk about true and false, this is called Boolean type of data. Okay. And suppose a number contains some decimal parts, it is called fractional data. So these are the different categories of data. Okay. So for handling these different types of data, Java has provided a huge varieties of data types. So what is the purpose of data types? To handle or manage or store different kinds of data. Okay. Now, what is the importance of data types? The next thing. Java is a strongly typed programming language. What is the meaning of this line? A strongly typed programming language means we cannot use any variable without defined with the appropriate data type. Suppose n is a variable and I am going to use, so it is not possible until unless it is not defined with the appropriate data type. So first of all, we have to define any variable, then only we can use. In other words, we have to intimate prior to the compiler that this kind of variable I am going to use. So we have to define this kind of variable with the appropriate data type. Okay. Data types are majorly divided into two categories. The number one is primitive data types and the second one is non-primitive data types. Okay. So what is primitive data type and what is non-primitive data types? According to the computer science definition, something which is inbuilt is called primitive data types. So that's why primitive data types are also called inbuilt data types. Okay. Whenever any programming language introduced, some data types comes as a part of programming language. These are called primitive data types. What about non-primitive data types? These are created by user and can be constructed with the help of primitive data types. Okay. Second difference, the size of the primitive data type is always fixed but the size of the non-primitive data types varies according to the need or requirement of user. Okay. Third, the storage mechanism of the primitive data types is different. The storage mechanism of the non-primitive data types is different. Okay. Primitive data types can only store a single value at a time. Non-primitive data types can store or manage the multiple values at a time. Primitive data type is further classified or divided into two groups: numeric, okay, and non-numeric. Non-numeric. Okay. This classification maybe varies, depends upon the different kinds of books are available. Okay. Numeric is further divided into two categories: integer and fractional. Okay. Non-numeric is divided into two categories again: character and Boolean. Character and Boolean. Okay. If we talk about integer, integer means which does not contain any fractional part. We have just discussed. Okay. So number one is byte. Byte. It is the shortest data type in the category of integer. Short, int, and long. These four data types are responsible for holding the integer data. Now what about fractional? Float and double. These are responsible for handling the fractional data which contains some decimal digits. Char and Boolean. Okay, 6. This one is 7, and we can say this one is 8. So there are 8 primitive data types are available in Java. Okay. Now we come across on non-primitive data types. The number one is class, array, interfaces. Class, array, and interfaces are the non-primitive data types. We will see in the subsequent lectures in details. Okay, what is class, what is array, and what are interfaces? We will see in details. Okay, but in this stage, we should know what is primitive data types categories and what are non-primitive data types categories. Okay. Now the sizes of these data types is very important. How much data they can store or occupy. Okay. One by one I will discuss. Byte. It occupied 1 byte of a storage, and 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. How many bits? 8 bits. 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 8 bytes. Okay. Float, 4 bytes, double, 8 bytes, char, 2 bytes, Boolean, 1 bit. Okay, it's fine. So these are the storage capacity of primitive data types. So according to the data, we can choose the appropriate data type for memory utilization. Now, The second point is what is the difference between float and double? Okay, it's very important question. What is the difference between float and double? Okay, similarity is both the data type can handle the fractional values which contain the decimal part. But what is the difference? I will discuss. Float, double. The first difference is storage capacity. The float occupied 4 bytes, double occupied 8 bytes. Second is, it is single precision. It is double precision. So what is single precision and what is double precision? Precision means the digit after the decimal. Number of digits after the decimal is called precision. कोई भी नंबर जब हम लिखते हैं तो डेसिमल के बाद आने वाली डिजिट्स को हम लोग प्रिसिशन कहते हैं. ओके. फ्लोट कैन सपोर्ट द प्रिसिशन up to 7 digits. Double can support the precision up to 16 digits. Means after the decimal 7 digits, till 7 digits the result will be generated. In the double, after the decimal, 16 digits will be considered in the result. Okay. For example, 6.333. That's it. This is the maximum or extreme capacity of float. If we talk about double, 6.333. 4, 8, 12 and 16. Okay. So this is the extreme capacity of double. This is the extreme capacity of float. Okay. So according to the accuracy of data, we can choose either the float or double. Okay. Second important thing is that Java consider each and every fractional value as double. What is the meaning of this? Suppose I have taken a float type variable and I am storing 3.14. 3.14 is a fractional value and I am trying to store in X, but it is not possible. It will show the compile time error, possible loss of precision. What is the reason behind it? Each and every fractional value considered as a fractional by Java, considered as a double by Java. So the Java will consider this value as a double, and double type of value cannot store in float because double is a higher data type, float is a lower data type in comparison. So a higher data type value cannot be stored in lower data type value. Okay, so it will show an error. Possible loss of precision means you are trying to store something which is greater capacity than the storing capacity. Okay. So what are the remedies and solutions for that? Number one, if we want to store any fractional data into the float, so we have to use capital F or a small f as a suffix. That means we are converting this data into a float. I'm changing the default nature of the data into a float. Now, this data is converted into the float. Now we can easily place in X. Okay. Second solution for that. 3.14 is a data, fractional data, and float in bracket. This is called typecasting. So I have converted this fractional data into the float. Now we can store in X. Okay. But if we are using double, no problem. By default it is a double and we are storing in double. So both are same compatible situation. No problem. Okay. But in float we have to do these kinds of modifications. Okay. This is very important to be discussed. Okay. Next, what are the default values of primitive data types? It is also very important. So number one is byte. Default values. Default values means if you do not assign any value, what type of values they take by itself. अपने आप से क्या values ये data types लेते हैं. Okay. Number one is byte, short, int, float, double, char, one is long, then float, then double, char, and boolean. Okay. So byte takes 0 as a default value, short 0, int 0, long 0l, l indicates long, float 0.0f, it may be capital or small, doesn't matter. Okay. Double 0.0d, char \u 4 times 0. It is Unicode representation of the null value. Okay. Java supports Unicode. It's a universal encoding scheme. You must be aware about the ASCII codes, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Similarly, Unicode. Okay. It contains, so in the Java, character contains 65,536 characters. It's a very huge range. Boolean. The default value is false. So these are default values of the primitive data types. Okay. Now the next point is, what is the minimum and the maximum range of the primitive data types? Okay. You can write down. Ranges. Number one, byte. -128 to +127. This is the range of byte. This is minimum range. This is maximum range. Second one is short. -327,682 plus 32767. Minimum this much of data we can store, maximum this much of data we can store. This is the minimum, this is the maximum. Now what about int -2147483648 plus 2147483647. This is the minimum range of integer and this one is the maximum range of integer. Now what about long? -92233 to 922337036854775875807. This is the minimum range of long. This is the maximum range of long. Minimum range of integer, maximum range of integer. This is a minimum range of long. This is a maximum range of long. As a programmer, you should know what are the minimum and maximum ranges of the data types. Okay? You don't worry about the learning procedure of these ranges. There is a provision in the Java programming language to find out or to get the minimum and the maximum range of any data types. I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you. No problem. Okay, I just erase this portion. In programming, there is a statement you must be knowing that system.out.println. Inside I am writing integer dot min underscore value. This statement will provide the minimum value of the integer. Similarly, we can find out the maximum value. Okay. Integer dot max underscore value. By this command, by this statement, you can get the maximum value of integer. Similarly, you can find out the minimum and maximum value of any other data type. No problem. Okay. If we understand this statement, in this stage, this is a wrapper class and this is a constant value of this wrapper class. We will discuss about the wrapper class in details. Okay. So this is all about the ranges of the data types. Okay. You can write down, this is an important session. Now, how to declare or define a variable. First of all, we mention the data type. Okay. After that, we declare variable. It is nothing but the name of memory. Okay. And in programming syntax, we have to put a semicolon. So data type may be of any. Suppose int n. Now this is a variable and this is a data type. Now n is a variable, can take any integer value. Okay. Float d. Now this is a float type of variable. Similarly, we can declare any kind of variable with the data type. Now these three variables we can use in the programming language because they have defined. Okay. So this is all about the discussion of data types in Java. Okay. That's it.